Video. Today we're gonna be reacting to Moist Critical Greed Ruined These YouTubers. Let's get straight into it.
Yesterday, a beloved YouTube group made an announcement, and it did not go over well. They ended up getting dunked on more than a Fisher-Price basketball hoop. It is
Oh,
the YouTube channel Watcher, as they announced their subscription-based paywalled content strategy going forward. It is really interesting. So, for those that don't know, this is a very popular YouTube group called
I do not know this. Watcher? Never seen
Watcher.
this.
They make very well produced content. I was unfamiliar with this channel until today with this
Oh, yeah,
news,
me too.
but I was familiar with their work previously, like before they were
I
Watcher.
wasn't.
But they've been crushing it, clearly. Almost 3 million subs, every video getting like a million views.
Yeah, they're doing very well,
It was
but
pretty
I've never
much,
seen them
it's all
before.
very high quality
I'm
content.
trying to see.
So then today, they posted this video, Goodbye YouTube. And it's like a really heartfelt video about what YouTube means to them, and it's very dramatic.
Okay.
You know, it's saying things like, "If this is my last time on YouTube, what a fucking ride it's been." It's like the end to a 1990s
Is it a joke or something? Did they say it was a joke?
action movie. YouTube, you son of a bitch, we had a good ride. That kind of thing, as they sail off into the sunset. But what they're actually doing is they're moving to their own subscription-based website. So the strategy is they're going to be releasing a couple of episodes still on YouTube, but the rest of that season will be exclusively behind paywalled content at Watch.
Oh yeah, that would fuck me up too. I can understand if you give people early release if they play for it, that's okay. If you're giving people like the whole season, but people gotta wait weekly if they gotta don't pay for it, people do that sometimes. That's okay. But bro, that's fucking stupid.
TV.com. The video is getting absolutely bombarded with
dumb.
dislikes, and a lot of people have soured their impression of this group, regardless of what they decide to do going forward, even if they do backtrack this decision. It's a maneuver that just did not land. They went for a kickflip and ended up breaking both their ankles on this bad boy here. And
Let's
it's
see why.
pretty simple to understand why. It's the whole concept of the content you were getting for free is now no longer going to be free. That just always leaves the taste of
Right, because you're if you don't see the rest, it's just like, bro, what happened at this point?
shit in people's mouths. It's the worst flavor. No one likes a poop pop. So, understandably, a lot of people were voicing their concerns and their disappointment with this. Honestly, Watcher probably would have found more success if they made an announcement stating that one of the members had hit a deer on their way into work.
Right.
And they had no remorse or something. Like, this hasn't been really a home run for them here. They said they made the service $5.99
It's
because
probably the people who can't pay for it is just probably not gonna watch it anymore because what's the point? Because if you watch the first half, I don't know, it's just something about that. I'm gonna want to watch the second half. I'm not just gonna want to get left on a half. Like I don't even know how much episodes they're actually putting inside. Probably doing like how many are even doing? Are they doing half of it or are they doing most of it?
everyone and anyone can afford it.
Agree.
When did they see that? Well, I must have missed that statement. Was it in this video somewhere and I just am forgetting it? Because that is a crazy thing to say.
First, Steven, talk about money. Yeah, what's this price?
You can become a member of Watcher for $5.99 a month or $59.99 a year.
We want to keep the price low enough where anybody and everybody is able to afford it, but it also has to support the things that we do here. So that was the number that just made the most sense.
Oh my god.
That's very out of touch. I don't know how I missed that. I don't know how that flew under my radar. That is extraordinarily out of touch. That face right there says it all. Yep, that one just...
You thought I don't wait. I could see how they thought this would go well a little bit. But I don't know. I
got
don't
ripped.
know.
Fuck it, we'll do it live, I guess. That's going in the final cut. Are we sure? Eek. Let me lay down the reality here. $6 isn't nothing. Especially not in the current climate of things where everyone and their grandmother is making a subscription service for every single fucking thing on the planet. We're in
I was gonna say like that. Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Disney Plus. There's some other ones. Some people do Spotify. Some people have YouTube Premium. I don't know that many people, but some people have stuff for SoundCloud. I don't know. There's a lot of subscriptions out there.
Gold rush right now where every company is turning their content into a subscription-based monthly payment to access it.
Making an individual show monthly subscription-based, that is crazy. That is insane.
And I mean everything. If you want like a bag of beans delivered to you, you probably have to subscribe to the bag of bean delivery stork service for $5.99 a month. So this is yet another subscription charge they're trying to peddle here for previously free YouTube videos. That's just not worth it for the majority of people and just adds another headache, an unnecessary subscription charge that I can't imagine many people being enthusiastic about paying for. Now, to be clear, they're not like removing their YouTube content that's already up. It's just going forward. They're only going to be releasing like the premiere of a season on their channel, and then the rest of that season is paywalled. Now, personally, I think it is a horrible idea. Going through their channel, their videos are long-form content for the most part, like 30 minutes.
Shouldn't you already be making money off of like the video itself being on YouTube? And you're also, I could see if they did like I said before, they could just like have people if they want to pay for the episodes earlier. That'd make more sense.
Plus, and I imagine with their history working at BuzzFeed for BuzzFeed Unsolved, they've learned how to optimize mid-roll ads. So they're probably pulling in a very high RPM on those videos. I have to imagine that is already covering the cost of production. But on top of that, and I didn't know this until stream last night, they also have a very successful Patreon with over 12,000 members and 3 different monthly payment tiers.
You want the people to pay
years. And just for the cherry on top of this money cake, Mr. Krabs style, they have a ton of merch, obviously, but the biggest thing is they do a ton of brand deals. From what I can see, they run a lot of ads in their content. And many of you might not remember this, I actually own a company that specializes in putting brands with YouTubers and running ads for major YouTube channels. It's called Mana Talent Group. And I started that back in 2018, so I know what these deals look like. So I'm going to break the magician's code here and give you a little spitball estimate on what I think they're making per ad. With a channel of their size and their views and this style of content, I would wager a guess that each brand that appears in their content is paying between $15,000 and $35,000 a piece to be there. Now, I know that's kind of a wide ballpark.
Oh, man. That's a lot.
It's just hard for me to guesstimate
and
from the side.
Do they post often, though? I didn't check like how often they post.
What their deals might look like, because longer term partnerships usually have discounts per slot because they've done a long term deal, whereas like one-offs or short term partners are paying more for like the couple of ads they're there for. But I'm confident that none of their brand partners are paying less than $15,000 to be on their content, and I'm pretty confident that it's probably going up to about $35K for their more one-offs or short-term deals. So they're already making tons of money through their content. You were right. They just don't really advertise it. So they already have this, and now they have Watcher TV, which is another subscription service, which I imagine is going to run congruent.
It's just, I guess if you don't have money, just don't watch anymore, I guess. I don't know. It's like...
Or if you pay $5 here, do you also get Watcher TV access? I don't know. Is it somewhere in the perks? That is a lot of doubloons they are pulling in right now. They got 12,000 members on that Patreon, and
the thing about it is they want another, you have a Patreon.
For those tiers, that's a lot.
I didn't even know that at first. That changes everything.
Bones. You're not really in a financially struggling situation with this channel. I'm just going to lay down the brass tacks here. I saw a few people defending them, saying like, no, they have 25 employees, they need to get their bread because it's very expensive. I'm going to peel back the curtain here real quick. I have more than 25 employees, considering I also have an esports organization, which has a lot of players on it. And I'm going to tell you, since they're professional gamers, their salary is going to be significantly higher than their employees' cost. And I'm able to finance all of that completely fine through streaming, and my streaming numbers are nowhere near as lucrative as their Patreon numbers. It's not even close. Theirs blows me out of the water.
He just blew them out of the water with logic. It makes more sense.
And I'm not exactly
He had to pull some
struggling with
personal
all of
experience
those
off his belt.
employees for our esports org. To really drive this point home, one of our star players was $10,000 a month. One. And we have well north of 25 in total. And I was still able to do all of that through a fraction of their numbers here with what they're making on Patreon. And I have like a fourth of their RPM. My RPM on YouTube is about 3, and I'm confident that the Watcher channel is probably seeing north of 8 to 9 RPM on their videos. And still, I wasn't exactly struggling to...
He analyzed this channel up and down, bro. He came prepared for this. He came ready and prepared for this,
cover
bro.
all of these employees' cost. So I don't think that this subscription paywall service is necessary for them to stay afloat, especially not since they have this Patreon and they have such a successful YouTube channel already. Now, this isn't exclusive to just Watcher. There's been a lot of channels that have done similar things, and some of them have seen different degrees of success. I was researching it at the end of stream last night. However, all of the examples I can find of YouTube groups making their own third-party platforms where you can subscribe for exclusive content, that's a little different because they're not taking what was already free from that channel and putting it behind a paywall. They're adding like behind-the-scenes stuff, brand new shows.
See, that makes sense. That makes sense. I subscribe to a series that does that. They put behind the scenes and stuff, and you can get the season early if you pay for it. But I just wait for the episodes weekly. But it doesn't really matter.
Like that, exclusive to that subscription tier on that third-party website. And for a couple of them, I saw that their third-party website was free with ads, and you had the option of subscribing for a monthly fee, whereas Watcher TV is only the $6 a month subscription fee, or the $60 a year. And it's weird because Watcher is already doing what those other channels do on their third-party platform on their Patreon. They're already offering like the exclusive stuff there for the monthly charges, and now they're adding another separate monthly charge for the content that people were used to getting for free on YouTube. So it's really just such a fucking mess. Now, of course, there's no telling if this is going to be a successful venture for them.
Are they also going to run ads on their on like their like their new website or whatever to buy their show? Are they going to run ads on there too?
It certainly doesn't look like it based on the reception here and all the tomatoes that are getting tossed at them. But with an audience of their size, they don't need a large portion of them to sign up at $5.99 a month to make it viable. They don't need a large number of conversion here, and I think they know that. But I really think that they're going to be surprised with how little will likely sign up here, because it is expensive. That's not nothing. They framed it like $6 a month is affordable to everyone. What? We all have $6 lying around. You guys don't have phones? You got $6. Like, they make it sound like it's basically nothing, when it's not. That's a lot, especially on top of every other subscription that people have in their daily lives. But I just really think it's a pretty dumb idea. This is going to completely kill their growth as a brand. It's going to be a very hard sell to people that don't know.
I hope that they predicted that when they did this, of course.
Watcher,
I hope they don't think everyone was just going to go along with it.
They should be willing to pay $5.99 a month to watch YouTube videos. Like, that's just not an easy thing to sell to people. It only come from a very loyal fan base that's already hooked on their content in this audience they built on YouTube, which they're now abandoning. So they're not really going to be bringing in new people, I don't think. Even with dropping like the premiere video on their
the same people that are on their Patreon are really going to be the ones that are still sticking with them.
Channel. I think that's just going to frustrate people more. Like, oh, I really want to watch the rest of this. Oh, but I have to pay $6.99 for it, and I only get this? Like, that's not worth. It just, to me, doesn't seem like it's going to be a good long-term plan. Right. But I could be totally wrong. Who knows? Maybe people are, like, elated and can't wait to pay for more streaming services. I think that blows ass. I'm so tired of streaming services popping up all over the place like a fucking plague. It's like Hydra, cut off one head and 2 more streaming services take its place. And now we're seeing it for YouTubers. Like, that's not exciting. Point blank, I just do not like it. I do not like Green Eggs and Ham. I do not like it, Sam I Am. Watcher TV.
What did that? I guess it's a good rhyme, but I don't know how this ties in.
Sham.
Oh, my bad. I'm just going to go back.
Not exciting. Point blank, I just do not like it. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like it, Sam I Am. Watch your TV. What a sham. I understand why some other YouTube channels have third-party places where they can pay for more content, but they're paying for more content on top of what they're already getting on YouTube. So, like, I know Ross Creations has one, which apparently people really like the way he does it. I know Sidemen have Sidemen Plus, and it seems like people like that as well. And from what I can tell, that's just giving you, like, the very loyal, like,
I don't know why I know none of these people.
Fans more of what you already like. So you're getting, like, behind-the-scenes stuff. You're getting exclusive content that is totally separate from the content that they're already getting on the primary platform. Whereas with Watcher, that's not the case. You're losing.
They're just taking it off. They're switching it.
You're used to, and
putting
that's
previews.
it.
Like,
you now have to access.
What will that do? Like, I think you said you're gonna put previews on there. Like, what will that do? They're just gonna look at it, look at the preview,